How's it going, everybody? This is Alakai. We've got 5 Uncanny X-Men booster packs to open. We're going to go ahead and do that for you now. We're looking for rares. Rares, of course. Black Panther and Cerebral. Black Panther T'Challa, 5 in a fist. Black Panther gets +2 when attacking alone. Not bad, not great. But he is a beefy character, right? One field, 8-2 is his level 3. And Cerebral, cybernetic intelligence. We have place Cerebral on an X-Men dies card. It remains there until you or a card effect removes it. It is still in the field. That's one thing to think about when you have this card out, is that when the die is actually on a card, it's still considered to be in the field. So keep that in mind when you have in the field effects or anything like that. When you feel a die from that card, knock out one opposing die. Pretty good. Pack number 2. Captain America and Mystique. Boom! Captain America, follow me when fielded. The next character you field this turn can be fielded for free. 4 on a shield, he's an Avenger. And Mystique, ageless. Mystique has +1 attack and +1 defense for each die in your prep area. 3 in a mask for a villain character. Uncommon and common. Pack 3. Captain America and Cyclops. Cyclops field leader. Cool. When Cyclops is active, whenever one of your bolt characters deals damage, increase that damage by 1, no matter how many Cyclops die you have in the field. 5 in a bolt for an X-Men. And then Captain America Special Ops. When fielded, move an opposing villain to your prep area. A lot of Captain Americas this time here, huh? Alright, pack number 4. Marvel Girl and Red Hulk. Marvel Girl superhero. When fielded, Marvel Girl may pair up with a different heroic character until the start of your next turn. When Marvel Girl is paired up, when she or her partner attacks, you may spin down one non-heroic character and gain 1 life. Life gain activity. 5 in a bolt for an X-Men. And Red Hulk. Thunderbolt Ross. If Red Hulk is damaged in an attack phase but not knocked out, spin him up 1 level at the end of the turn. Alright, so we get in the last pack here. Haven't seen a rare yet. Come on, rare. X-23 and Cerebro. Bam. Oh, no rare in those 5. Cerebral Supercomputer. When Cerebral on a character, put Cerebral on a character card, it remains there until you or a card effect removes it. It is still in the field. Your opponent's dice from that card cost a minimum of 2 energy to field. This cost can't be reduced. And then X-23, Scent of Murder. 4 on a fist. X-23 cannot block. She's still beefy though. 2 field, 7-3 for a 4 on a fist. So for now, guys, thanks. Please like and subscribe. Take care. Bye. Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Alakai coming to you back about another type of deck strategy. This time, instead of aggro, like we discussed before, we're going to talk about control. Now, control is a type of strategy that basically you are trying to control the board. Simple as that. You want to reduce the momentum of your opponents. You want to make them think twice, or to try to ruin whatever type of aggressive strategy, or you want to take control of the board and their characters. So these are some cards that can help you do that. And it's all about disruption. It's all about momentum. It's all about defending in the proper way, and not giving your opponent the ability to do what they want to do all the time. So some of the more common ones is, of course, Beast. Came in the Avengers vs. X-Men starter kit. That's the two most famous cards, of course, Mutate 666 and Genetic Expert. A lot of people are talking about Genetic Expert being the very good defender against Serena, only because he actually gives you life if you knock him out. So Serena attacks, you block, and if he's knocked out, then you gain that 1 life back that you took a hit from. Mutate 666 actually is more like for what they call churning, and every time that he blocks, you are going to get a die in your prep area, so it's actually advantageous for you to block. So every time that your opponent decides to attack, you block and you're getting something for it. Very, very powerful creatures. Now, some of the more common, we'll say, control characters. Cerebral Supercomputer. Place Cerebral on a character card. It remains there until you or a card effect removes it. It's very difficult. You only have a few cards that actually remove it. Name War comes to mind. Your opponent's dice from that card costs a minimum of 2 energy to field. This cost can't be reduced. So this card right here is very good to slow down the momentum of your opponents when they're using creatures like Serena or Beast or Hawkeye or any of those guys who have a really low fielding cost. Now all of a sudden your opponents need to start to make some adjustments and keep some dice behind, because they're going to need to be able to field their characters. No longer is it a 0 or 1 cost. Cerebral's going to make it be a 2 cost. Even when it comes to Nick Fury, that's going to field the Avengers for free, they can't do it. If this card is on their character, they're gonna have to pay 2. There's no way to reduce it. Here's one of the most powerful cards in control type architect is Loki, Gem Keeper. 5 in the master villain. This is a rare. When fielded, choose an opponent's character card, canceling all previous choices. Your opponent cannot field that character while Loki is active. This effect lasts until you field another Loki. So this it basically nullifies a character on your opponent's team. If they bring out that Serena, drop Loki on her, and no longer fielding, so no longer attacking. Good stuff. Another great control card is Professor X, Avengers vs. X-Men, powerful telepath. This is the uncommon. While Professor X is active, your opponent cannot use actions or global abilities. He or she can pay 2 life to prevent this effect for the rest of the turn. I had this card used against me in a recent night out, and you don't think that 2 life is a big deal in the very beginning, but when you're starting to race and when you're starting to face when you're being controlled, I had Loki being pulled out of me and Cerebral was out too. Professor X all of a sudden does a lot of damage to you. 2 hits every single time you want to use a global. That includes the Professor X in UXM. So it's a really strong card if you want to use the bolts from things like Ghost Rider or Pyro. All of a sudden you gotta start paying your life. Another really popular card, kind of a go-to card, is Storm out of Avengers vs. X-Men. Storm is really good because all of a sudden you are fielding Storm, and it makes your opponents re-roll dice that they thought they can count on, and all of a sudden you're making them re-roll. The lower cost one places a single die. You target 1 character, place that die into the use pile. The higher cost one is re-roll each of your opponent's characters. Place that die in. Place any die that does not result in a character in your opponent's prep area. So it gives your opponent still another opportunity to try to get in there. So consider which one you want to use. If you're more targeting, you want to use the 3 cost. If you want to try to eliminate the field, if your opponent's using a lot of characters, they're kind of going wide, you want to use Goddess of the Plains, right? Some other ones back here, honorable mentions, we have Magneto Field Control. When fielded, you may pay Mask to move a character from the field or reserve pool to its owner's prep area. Wow, all of a sudden, what they thought they had, now it's going back into the prep. There's even base A actions, like Distraction, that'll make your, you can pay the global, and all of a sudden with your opponents when they're attacking, it makes them not attack anymore. That was the honorable mention. Also, we have Toad. Again, you're forcing your opponent to attack. You're not giving them the option. You're controlling which ones they attack, and if you have more powerful creatures, you can knock them out, get rid of them. Vision Density Control. When Vision blocks, you may spin him up 1 level. So all of a sudden you're blocking, you leave him over to block, and all of a sudden he's getting more powerful. This is the common version of Loki. Trickster, when fielded, capture an opposing die of equal or lower level. So, once again, you are capturing die, you're making people pull back their dice, you control that board. That's the whole premise and the idea of it. This is just a kind of a casual Mr. Fantastic Brilliant Scientist. Mr. Fantastic gets +2 attack and +2 defense while blocking. So, his globals pay a mask. Target character must attack this turn. So, all of a sudden, you're telling him, hey, you pay your mask, that character's going to attack, he attacks in, and he doesn't get +2 attack, +2 defense, and he blocks, he's going to knock your character out. Really powerful, right? He's a 2-field, level 3, he's a 2-field, 2/7 character. Would work really well with Ant-Man and flipping those attack and defense stats around. So guys, hope it helps. These are some of the suggestions I have for a control strategy. Building a deck around this, I did see one the other day that had the Loki, Professor X. He used Mutate 666, but instead he was actually wanting to use Genetic Expert. I believe he did have Storm, and he, I think he had Toad. He was using Distraction on me, wow, it was rough playing because I go more of an aggressive strategy. So, hardcore. I hope you have some fun, guys. Take care. See you next time. Bye.